The noon hour of madness and mayhem powered by Jalisco's, the podcast.
The noon hour of madness and mayhem is powered by Jalisco's. It's New Year's Eve, and Peaches is looking forward to change in radio in 2025. Peaches got this huge list.
Well, it's not going to change anything. There's still going to be old people in charge. The times that it will change is when those old people die.
No, what you need to do is you need to get that notarized and sent out looking very official, and you send it to every radio group in America.
Yeah, and they're going to toss it out just like every person that's trying to apply theirs resume.
Well, hey, that's the only way you could even possibly get a little bit of change. You get it into the right weirdo's hands, and you never know. So what do you have, 30 things you want to see change in radio?
It's like, yeah, and it's 28.
28. All right. We'll do like, what's the math on that? 7 per break?
Sure.
7 times 4, 28. I know my times tables.
There you go. Good job.
That's right. I passed 3rd grade. All right. Peaches things that he thinks radio needs to change. And, I'm an old dude. Peaches a young guy. So we might have some disagreements on this.
Well,
so
number
see.
1, get rid of weather and traffic updates completely. Sponsored, not sponsored. Nobody wants them. I can easily go on my phone right now, high of 27, low of 15 in Idaho Falls. Ooh, sorry, anybody can do that in their phone. They can also check the maps on their phone. I don't want to hear a sponsored traffic break on any radio station ever.
I don't think it's compelling content. I mean, we've talked about this before. I understand why they do it because they can make money off of it, but it is again, unnecessary.
Southern California, there's going to be cars everywhere. Who cares if there's a crash, a barbecue? There's going to be congestion. People are going to be slowing down, staring at the police cars. They drive by going, ooh, I wonder what this is all about.
Barbecue, has that been used as a band name yet?
I hope so. I hope not. Actually, no, I hope not. Maybe I'll start mine.
There you go. You've been looking for a hardcore band name, Peaches. Barbecue that's definitely a metal band name.
Before every set, we just set like some old car on fire.
That's right. Be an entertainer. Give them a show. All right, so what do you got at number 2?
Radio edits of songs, especially those in rock radio that take out the screaming parts. Play the full thing or don't play it at all.
Totally agree. You know how I feel about that.
Right. That one was easy.
Absolutely.
Number 3 on this list here of things we need to get rid of in radio in 2024, the pukey radio voice, especially if you're putting on a fake accent.
What do you mean?
I bet you don't use that on the phone, talking with your family, etc. Why use it on the air?
All right, Peaches. Well, I'll think about changing my radio voice in 2025.
Here's an iffy one.
I like fake radio voice. What are you talking about? It's my favorite part of radio.
Commercial overload and everything doesn't need to be sponsored. The amount of times I have heard 3 or 4 sponsors attached to one event out of the year that's supposed to be like the station's WrestleMania makes me want to puke.
Well, that one...
It makes it seem desperate, especially if you have, like, powered by... It's like, what? Even the studio? Like, I've seen sponsored studios now across the country.
Yeah, dude. If somebody wanted to sponsor our studio and pay us a bunch of money,
well, give us free stuff. Down. Give us the free stuff. That's what I care about. The money goes to the company. I want the free stuff.
Yeah, they do need to share. If we got the studio sponsored, Boss Man, kick down a little bit to the K-Bear crew.
Like Coast, sponsored by Celsius energy drinks. You know how many? Even my friend John, who was just on that podcast that just started, he was like, yeah, I went to their fridge and took out a whole bunch of Celsius and took it home.
Nice.
They have a fridge full of energy drinks. Now, I don't drink those anymore.
Yeah,
but that's free stuff for the building.
So who would you want to sponsor the studio?
I don't know.
So we could get free stuff. What kind of free stuff?
Some type of Mexican restaurant, maybe.
Jalisco's
could sponsor the studio. That'd be great. If they can bring that bean dip and chips. And all
every
of that.
day, bean dip and chips and salsa.
Yeah. Maybe bring the horchata. We have a horchata dispenser on the counter back
there we go. Horchata dispenser. I'm going to be so fat. All I drink is sugar.
Yeah, sure.
That's all. All right. What are we at here? Was that 4?
That was 4.
All right.
Number 5, old-timey programming that should have died in the 90s. Stop using the radio charts and instead see what's popular.
Okay. The listeners definitely know how I feel about that.
Right. Yeah,
old-timey programming, looking at the radio charts, is garbage and useless.
Number 6, the fake phone bits. War of the Roses. Those are completely fake. They're staged, awful, and downright embarrassing.
Yeah, a lot of people... listeners might be unaware that if you hear, and we've mentioned this, but I like mentioning it again, if you hear a radio station supposedly put someone on the air that doesn't know they're on air, it's fake. It's always fake. It's against the law. You have to tell them up front that your radio station you have to get their permission before you even record anything to put on air. They have to know. You can't even get permission at the end. It's kind of crazy. You'd think you'd be able to get the permission at the end. And then if they're like, no, you don't air it. But no, you could still get in trouble with the FCC. They're ruthless.
Number 7 on this list here, song parodies and pre-written jokes.
So pre-written jokes are pretty bad. And that's something that radio really suffers from because of those prep sites.
Those prep sites are so bad. I hate that whole like phone topic. It says like possible phone topic below the story.
And they give you jokes and everything.
Right.
It's pretty sad.
Or it says like hot take. Here's a hot take for you.
Here, you want to make your listeners mad? Say this. It's like, no, I know how to make the listeners mad. All right. I don't need you to tell me how to make listeners mad. I'm a pro. All right. So we made it through part of the list. I think I might have done my math. No, 7 times 4 is 28.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. All right. We'll be back with more things Peaches wants to see go away in radio in 2025 here in just a few. The noon hour of Madness and Mayhem is powered by our homies at Jalisco's Chipotle Burrito Time. All right, we're talking things that Peaches wants to see go away in radio in 2025. Looks like Josh Tielor joining us for this break.
Just in time for one that he might be offended by.
All right,
Listen,
perfect.
my name is not on that list, dude.
That was the number one on the list. Things we want to see go away in radio in
Josh
2025.
Tielor.
Josh Tielor.
No, it would be Jade number 1. Come on now.
Okay. So this is Peach's list. We're having a discussion on it. I'm the old guy. Got a
Right.
fellow old guy in here.
Yeah.
So we'll get some
I've
unique
been
perspective
around radio
on this.
for a lot of years. I've been doing this for 25 years.
Far
Long
too
time.
long.
Long time.
That's why I'm glad I'm having you guys in here for this. Number 8, the forced man-woman duo in the morning that have zero chemistry.
Okay, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't disagree.
See? Yeah.
Absolutely.
It all started with
Yeah,
Howard
the
Stern and
forced
Robin,
ones,
right?
No, it didn't start there. I mean, they
But like they were the
that
ones
was
that
a
were like
big
the most
deal.
successful together.
I would say Stern blew it up huge,
Yeah, I
right?
think I would say
Yeah.
he certainly mainstreamed a lot of
Yeah.
things. Yeah,
But, when they have no chemistry, it's bad.
right.
You know-
I would say the same is true though. Whether it's a morning show, any show, afternoons, it doesn't matter your day
No.
part.
No, very fair.
It doesn't matter if you're doing a podcast, a YouTube channel, a TV show, newscast, whatever it is. If the two of you can't communicate, it falls on its face.
Yeah, it's funny how many radio, management people think you can just stick 2 people in a room and, it'll work great.
Yeah.
It'll work great.
Still do it.
So-
I've done, co-ed, whatever the right word is, co-hosted shows. I've done 2-dude shows. I've done solo shows. I did the K-Bear morning show for a year.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
You must be very proud of yourself.
When he said-
One whole year.
When he said 2 dudes, I thought of the we're 2 guys from John and Jeff.
Oh, yeah. We're 2 dudes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Number 9 here on this list. The station's website needs to be easily accessible and up to date. Too many radio stations just don't care about
Okay.
their online presence.
I get that too, but also, what's the point, right? Like, what is as a guy who makes websites, the very first thing you have to ask is why?
Well,
Why?
clearly, we're in rock
Why?
radio. We need the babe of the day, don't we?
Well, sure, okay.
Game of the day. And
Yeah.
I think that the DJs need to write an article
a
every
blog.
day.
That was
Yeah,
that
a
was on
blog.
this list too.
Yeah, blogging or whatever. Look, social media is great. You get a lot of like instant gratification stuff, but you have to have a reason to have a website. Don't just have a
Agreed.
website to have a website. What's
Totally.
the point?
Yeah, and far too many of them are packed with useless content that nobody cares about.
Exactly.
And most of it's syndicated that they're pulling in from RSS feeds from other places.
Yeah.
So why?
Here's
What's
some
the
ABC
point?
news for you.
What's
Enjoy.
the point?
I agree, dude. I agree.
Here's a great one. The middays and afternoon personalities having zero personality. You know how they do like the keyword is cash, text that in now, the type of show.
Yeah, I do think that I've thought this for years due to the fact that more people listen in middays and afternoons than mornings. They should be putting more emphasis on what the hosts in those time slots are doing.
Totally agree. Content is what matters.
And they
Always.
don't tend to let them talk, or if anything.
30
hey,
seconds, back to music, back to music, back to music,
And don't forget about the morning show because they
Right.
got this cool stuff going on.
and back to the music.
I mean, I do enjoy Peaches every single break. Just Victor is awesome. Please listen to his show every morning.
That's typically how the weekend shows go. I just plug, hey, freak news.
Put in more effort, Peaches. Put in more effort.
That's right.
Do better.
Do you? Yeah.
Number 11, speeding up songs. There's nothing really you need to say about that.
Yeah, song pitching needs to go away.
Kind of goes with that, chopping heavy parts out of songs and guitar solos.
That's old school.
Way old school. It's so stupid.
Pitching songs to buy yourself, 30 seconds an hour?
Yeah,
Stop.
I've tried to get a solid answer out of people for why they do that, and the most common responses are, it makes the song sound more exciting, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, but all you're doing is causing faster listener fatigue.
Yeah. And you make some songs sound really bad, like the Chipmunks are singing them.
Sure.
But
then that also became super trendy on TikTok and stuff this year. Well, the past, I guess, 5 years. But
when's radio going to start doing the other TikTok thing and slowing down songs and adding reverb to them?
I mean, that Lady Gaga track we were playing two versions on Z, the regular version and the pitched version.
Yeah, and that was, due to the fact that the pitched version, I mean, it was pitched
up
beyond what radio would do.
Correct.
It was a very over-the-top pitching, but went viral. Had a good reason. So, all right, go ahead, Peach.
Number 12, executives in radio firing staff, and the whole station has to pretend like they never existed, especially around the holidays.
That's got to go.
I think we should be able to jump there and be like, yeah, they finally got rid of him.
that would be
I hated
hilarious.
that guy.
That
guy.
would cause so many listeners to then just, interact with the station.
Yeah, because you are supposed to just kind of pretend that person didn't exist.
Yeah.
After the fact.
Look at that.
I don't know who you're talking about.
97.1 ZHT. Like, they've gone through 3 morning shows. I think that'd be fun imaging. We've gone through 3 morning shows. Who's next? Type of thing.
Who?
But I do think they should still continuing firing people around the holidays because it's funny.
Oh, is it?
Jeez. Oh, yeah, that's right. One of us has to disagree.
That's right.
Yeah, the Grinch Victor Wilt over there. Here's another thing to get rid of. The whole 3 things you need to know segment.
3 things you need to...
Everybody does that.
I don't do it.
No. I'm sorry.
You were looking at me. I was like,
I do the Shot Clock Sports Update, but I also talk about, in-depth stuff with it. And it's funny for the most part. It's not like, oh, Lizzo was caught with this certain celebrity. Are they dating?
Okay, so
don't do the clickbait title thing, the BuzzFeed headline thing.
Yeah, so
I don't care for that.
3 things you need to know. Do you just throw out 3 random facts?
It is no. That's a different one too. That's the random fact thing. But the 3 things you need to know is like water cooler talk. It's these are the 3 trending topics of the day.
Okay, rather than be like, hey,
like Jimmy Carter died, and that's
okay.
Yeah, that would potentially be on there, but it's usually like, here's the Amazon Prime Day is coming, and it's just garbage.
So
it's garbage.
It's stuff you could talk about, but you don't need to make a list and do it every single day.
If you wanted to,
if you've got something to say about it.
It's also very prep bit stuff. It's not good content.
It's news headlines.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit.
Now, because you could take Jimmy Carter dying and you could somehow make some content out of that.
I made it funny by saying he lived through World War II and Haktua at the same time.
Well, there is that.
That's a lifetime right there.
Dude, what a life experience.
Yeah.
To end.
100 years old. That's an achievement.
And yet
it's huge.
There was still a DJ. That's another thing on my list here. There was a DJ who posted a photo of him with Jimmy Carter saying, rest in peace to the president.
Now, is this the one with the guy posting a selfie with Jimmy Carter on the airplane and he wasn't even taking the picture with him?
Correct.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, he snuck a photo of Jimmy Carter he was not supposed to have and then posted it on his story gloating.
Typical radio behavior.
Very uncool.
Yeah. Embarrassing artist interviews.
Oh, I have plenty of those.
So how'd you get your start in fangirling the entire time?
Yeah, no, I have plenty of those.
Or what's the first thing you do in a hotel room from a certain person in Boise?
What's on your writer?
Yeah,
I have plenty of those.
But I have plenty of those questions too.
Yeah, luckily, Peaches, you rolled in and were immediately like, just talk to him to put away that list of questions.
Yeah,
that's it's like radio prep. It's for desperation. Like,
I've
got nothing. Name? Okay, I've got some backup questions.
Right.
Okay. And number 14?
This is 15. Falsely advertising a tagline. If you say, like, the Rock of Southern California, you better not be playing 21 Pilots Heathens or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Hot take.
Now, that would mean that us saying Idaho's only rock station, which is making fun of radio slogans.
I can guarantee you we're better than, the people on the West Coast and the people around here.
Well, yeah, I know that, but,
the people around here only do the classic rock route. They don't do the active rock. They're not playing Motionless in White anytime soon.
Yeah, but to say Idaho's only.
Wasn't there some lady
Yeah.
that was like completely just like she was so mad at us because she was like, "You guys call yourselves Idaho's only rock station, but there's literally other rock stations in the whole state." Like, she
Exactly.
took us literally.
And that was the point, is making fun of radio slogans and taking it to the next level by, just saying we're the only one that exists.
I'm trying to remember back in 2001 when I was 2002 when I was on the station what it was, because that was prior to Idaho's Best Rock, I think.
It
Maybe
could be on the
Idaho's
Was that what
Best
it was?
Rock. I think it was Idaho's Best Rock, because there's a somewhere around here there's a signed Megadeth thing that
it's
says Idaho's Best Rock.
back there somewhere
Yeah,
behind you.
I mean, the logo's been kind of a version of the logo anyway. We didn't have the big red and black swoopy thing around
Yeah.
it, but it was still the same font, the same text. But I think it was Idaho's Best Rock, I think, was what we had back then. But
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
We should change the logo next year.
Boy, you
know,
don't
like-
even
you
know.
know-
Whoa, Peaches.
You
Whoa.
don't even know.
You know how there's like the
You don't
NBA
even know what
You
you're
want to
talking
create a
about.
bunch of work for us?
There's like an NBA jump man, that there's Michael Jordan. We should have Victor with his microphone and like one finger up. This is K-Bear.
Eureka!
Eureka.
The noon hour of madness and mayhem is powered by Jalisco's. We're here with Josh Tielor from Classy, and Peaches has his list of 28 things he wants to see disappear in radio in 2025. We're a little more than halfway through it. What do you got, Peaches?
Over-reliance on syndicated shows.
That's fair, especially at bigger stations where every single personality on the station is syndicated. It's gotten to be pretty bad where even in big major cities, they're still piping in shows from elsewhere. Yeah, I agree. I don't think we're going to see a change to that because radio companies don't want to pay for actual people to be in the building. But
I bet that gets more and more and more over the next 5 years until something cracks.
Yep.
You see, for number 17, the use of AI DJs, this is despicable and you just look cheap.
Yeah, I don't know. That I don't think is quite ready yet. I don't think that the technology is good enough. There was a lot of worry about that happening at first, but I don't think for on-air personalities you'll see it happening like soon.
But I'm glad there's a lot of people against it now. And also, like, by the time that AI is good, I'm hoping those old boomers are dead in radio so we can just move on to the future,
Yeah. Sadly, though, Peaches, as people die, they don't replace them.
That is correct. Yeah, that's where they go. Well, we can do it for cheap with AI. I think AI is a very interesting thing. I think it's a great tool, but I think, when you start using it to replace creative things, you're
Exactly.
using it wrong.
Look,
Using it to create art, using it to create music. It's fun. It's silly, but you're taking away creativity. And I think if we learned anything in 2020, we should have learned that putting away the unimportant things and focusing on being creative and gardening and art and all of that stuff that was like, holy cow, I have time to do these things?
Yeah.
Why are we using AI to do those things? Use AI to do the boring things you hate doing.
Yeah, it is
Figure
kinda
out how to
weird.
make AI clean the house.
Exactly.
Look at Pestilence, that band that just said, hey, we're using AI for our next album cover. And, like, they had to shut down the comments. They got 7,000 laugh reacts. There's people unfollowing them.
Yeah, when it comes to the world of art, it's due to the fact that these AI models are trained on existing art.
Correct. Yeah.
I understand from an artist's perspective why people get mad about it, but I also think, and this goes for people like us too, who are personalities on air. I think that the novelty of the AI is ultimately going to wane a bit, and there's going to be an extra value put on real art and real people.
I would agree. I would hope so, I guess. I think between NFTs that we had a huge surge a couple of years ago and watch that flounder and die and devalue, I think that has a similar fad to it. I would hope when it comes to those types of things, AI art specifically.
Definitely.
But what we do creatively, the conversation we have, I know that technology is getting better and better and better every single day.
Yep.
So it's interesting that you can, as of right now, do a full AI podcast. You can put in your prompts, what you want the AI to talk to. The conversation is scary to listen to because there's pauses and breaths and breaks and thought, and it's strange.
Yeah. I mean, even Facebook was in the news yesterday
Saw that.
saying how they're going
Bunch
to...
of AI users.
AI
coming to
users.
Meta.
which is better than the current fake users that
Yeah,
just
bots. Now they're just doing bots on purpose.
bots on purpose, but hopefully they don't try to steal your credit card information.
Hopefully.
What else on your list, Peaches?
Well, we already covered this one. Unnecessary blog posts. No one's reading those.
Yeah.
I don't think this one's around anymore. Those terrible Froggy stations with all the puns.
Oh, they're still around. Yeah.
Are they?
All
There's
the
still-
jacks and all that. Oh, yeah.
I guarantee there's still Froggy stations with
Tadpole in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid.
Number 20, the alt format needs to find out what exactly it is. I've listened to alt stations playing both Harry Styles and Bad Omens.
I agree.
This is a tough one.
Because I don't know what would be considered alternative now.
Right, yeah. And having lived in that world for as many years as I spent in alt in East Idaho specifically, different iterations, it's always been a middle ground. It has an indie edge for sure,
yeah,
but it covers a spectrum of music that is Harry Styles to Bad Omens. It just is.
Yeah, and I think it was a little bit more, dialed in like the 90s.
Well, yeah, sure. When it was grunge and it had its own new sound.
Yeah.
I think, now you get country folk stuff. You get, because there's songwriter heavy. There's, the fact that even Taylor teamed up with Bon Iver for stuff in their folklore and Evermore stuff, like that's alt. And you could argue that could absolutely play right next to anything else it's doing.
I would think it's sort of like Beyonce on country stations. Like most country listeners don't want to admit that that's country at all because it's Beyonce.
Well, and
look at Justin over there not wanting to play it, but you did because you wanted to have that polarizing aspect.
I like polarizing songs in the playlist. I think they get people's attention. I think it's wise to make people go, What is this? What is happening? I'm going to call them and find out exactly. Perfect. Call me and talk to me about it. You want people to call. And you're not going to get their attention playing, 10 million more new Morgan Wallen songs. Chuck Beyonce in the mix, you might get some phone calls.
I think the same thing that happens to a lot of the radio formats happens to alt more often because there is such a small sampling of alt channels, stations, whatever you want to call them, around the country and around the world. And so when one programmer in Dallas, Texas gets put in charge of the entire format for one company, and that influences that entire format nationally and globally, that's where you get problems with I'm trying to remember some of the artists that would pop in. But it was strange, and you go, why is this blowing up? And it's because one guy talked to one record label, got it on to 12 stations across the country, and 12 is a third of the sample. Yep. And so that's the problem with that format. It's underexposed, and it is incredibly unique.
Yeah. Well put, Josh. Well put.
I lived in that space for a long time.
Yeah. What do you got, Peaches?
ChatGPT helped me with this one. Focus more on live and local as national and global platforms rise. Many local radio stations focus too much on broad, generic content that could be produced anywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's because they all use radio prep.
They all use prep, yeah. Yeah, prep bits.
Exactly. You're not going to have original content.
Here's your three things.
Right. Precisely. Yeah.
We already talked about this one. When celebrities or historical figures die, you don't need to post a photo with them from 10 plus years ago saying they were your dear friend.
What if they're your dear friend?
They're not. I can guarantee you they don't know your name.
You trying to tell me that Scott Stapp ain't my brother? I got a picture of me with him. I know him well.
On a tour bus?
No, it was
good answer. Good answer.
Nobody wants that picture.
No, you do not want the Scott Stapp tour bus photo. Me, Kid Rock, Scott Stapp hanging out on the tour bus. Yeah.
I think if I had a picture of me with Kid Rock, I would make sure nobody ever saw it.
Bong with the bong,
No, I didn't ever talk to him. I promise.
Is there one more break after this, or is this the final one?
Well, we could make one more. How many we got left?
We got about 5, or we can gloss over them.
I need to quit talking so much.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's what the show's about. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, wrap this list up, and we'll leave you for a New Year's. We'll leave you for Peach's Pit Party, and then whatever you're doing for New Year's. The noon hour of Madness and Mayhem is powered by Jalisco's, wrapping up Peach's list of 28 things that he wants to see disappear in radio in 2025. What else you got, Peaches?
Embarrassing remotes. Like, if it's not a concert that your station, or if it's not a concert that your artist or your station plays, like for an artist, give away tickets to, then don't bother doing it.
Okay, I wouldn't call that a remote. I guess I'd call it an appearance.
Having me show up to a park and like one or two people show up.
That's your fault.
That's just a waste of my time.
You need to be more popular.
But again, no, it's not my fault at all. It's just the listeners. There was one listener literally just called us asking, "You guys have an app?" And it's like, no, we've been advertising it. For the past
Peach, it sounds like you're not up on your frequency.
Yeah,
got to get more frequency on these. I'm going to be at blank messages.
Yeah. I talk about it all the time. All the time.
Not
Social
enough?
media posts.
Up that frequency. What else you got, Peaches?
Stop going to concerts and advertising your station if you don't play the artist.
Okay, we've talked about that quite a bit.
Right.
I've thought of a few different situations where, like, the guy who pointed out, like, okay, we play a bunch of Christmas music on our country station and Mariah Carey's in town. Like, giving away tickets to something like that.
But that's still not
It's
really acceptable in my opinion.
to me,
here.
it's different than, because she's an artist they would never under any circumstance play. What makes me mad is when people will go attend a show for an artist they could be playing,
but they
take
don't.
a bunch of stage time,
very good. I
and then
agree.
they don't. A staple artist of the format, but they're just utilizing access to the stage for their own selfish reasons.
I remember going to the Five Finger Death Punch show in 2016, and there was those DJs on stage acting like they played that band, but no, they really played Shinedown, who opened up for Five Finger Death Punch.
Well,
and
at
Shinedown's
least they play somebody on the bill.
But Shinedown's played universally. They're played on the alt stations, too.
Yeah, I mean, we've played them recently on Z103.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what else you got, Peaches?
Excessive focus on celebrity gossip and making a phone segment out of it. Talked about that briefly.
I guess it kind of depends what, like on a top 40 CHR station, I think that celebrity stuff works better.
But
because young people are obsessed with
It's
these celebrities.
interesting, though, because are they?
They're not.
Maybe not as much anymore.
Especially if you go to Gen A, like what Forrest Gump says, like Gen A doesn't pay attention at all to really much of anything. They care about the streamers. They care about, I would say like more so like just video games and not who these pop stars are anymore.
That's a really broad paintbrush.
I don't know.
Like,
there's nothing people are more obsessed with than Taylor Swift.
and Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
But are they obsessed with her or her music?
Both.
all of it? Yeah.
I mean,
Swifties is a huge thing.
But Taylor Swift's a one person. I'm talking about
Sabrina Carpenter. I mean,
Right.
I think the list can go on and on.
But who's obsessed? The people that are me and Katie's age, or people who are way younger than us, like 15 to.
That really runs the gamut because I know
Sure.
people me and Josh's age who
they're
are
grown,
full-on Swifties.
They're grown adult Disney fans. Like, like you can't paint so broad. Like that's an interesting thing. And when you try to be mass appeal and to provide the most compelling content, sometimes it's celebrity gossip in your format.
And I
would say the same thing is what you're doing with rock news is rock celebrity gossip. It's the same
Dave
concept.
Grohl cheating on his wife. That was a big rock story of the year. It was straight up celebrity
as the
gossip.
guy who worked at the celebrity website TMZ,
Okay.
I did see people my age that were like pretending to be into it, and then off camera they're like, "Okay, let's get back to it."
Yeah,
Well,
well, that's a job.
Oh, and when you're in that type of thing, I'm sure you get burnt on that pretty quick when that's the environment.
Like, I could not care less about any Kardashian anything, but they won't go away because they're still being consumed in mass.
It's true.
I
So-
don't care about that.
I mean, I think if
But it's not me. I'm one person.
Yeah, and I think if the content's not compelling, if it's a boring celebrity news story, there's no point.
Yeah, like do either of you care that Britney Spears saw her sons this Christmas for the first time in 2 years?
I do. That's very
But
precious.
a lot of people on Instagram cared about
I know.
it.
I saw.
Yeah, see, like I grew up with the Jamie Lynn Spears as Zoe 101. That whole thing. Britney Spears, I think, was before me.
Yeah,
100%.
Probably. All right, is that the whole list?
No, there's pretending to be young and hip when in reality you're closer to breaking your hip.
Easy.
Yeah,
man.
do you know who you're talking to in here?
I mean, there's a guy's a lot older than you in radio.
We're getting there.
Like, look at Ryan Seacrest. That guy's close to 60.
That guy barely does radio.
Oh, did you hear what me and Victor were talking about yesterday about Ryan Seacrest and how he was what was it like? He was
He was upset.
He was upset that New York didn't have a place open at 1:30 a.m. after he's done hosting the New Year's Eve celebration.
Well,
And I'm thinking, me and Victor both thought, there's places open at 1:30 in the morning in New York City. Of all
maybe
places.
not the places he needs. What does he need?
And do you not think he
Like a
has
jar
catering?
of pickles? What's his thing?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you not think he has?
I bet he has catering.
There's no way that guy doesn't have a specific diet he follows. And
All right, we're going to pay you $3 million to do this broadcast tonight, but no sandwiches.
Right, but maybe it's not food. Like, what's he after? Like, what does he need at 1:30 in the morning? Did he specify?
No. I just figured it's a way to get press. Somebody
Like,
found
maybe he's a big, like, first thing I do after New Year's Eve is buy sneakers.
maybe
And there's no sneaker shops open at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh.
You know, what does he need?
Right.
he eats shoes.
No, he
Get
said
that,
he
get
said
that context.
He said it was a place to eat. That's the thing. He's like, I'm hungry after I host the whole event, and there's
What's
no place
he
to eat at.
eating?
See, this
Where am
sounds
I going to get some good cat? I don't know what he's eating.
Whoa.
Yeah, you know?
Put that online. Ryan Seacrest eats cats.
Yeah, you know?
that might get us some action.
Nowhere in New York at 1:30, eat a cat.
No, just the giant rats. You know,
They taste like pizza.
they're so good.
Pizza
so
rats.
good. New York rats.
That would be a great TMZ article to find out Ryan Seacrest eats the giant rats of New York City.
Dude, that.
Nowhere to get them at 1:30 in the morning.
And if a top 40 station didn't talk about it, it would be a shame upon them. All right, see, there you go. Good celebrity content. Ryan
Oh,
Seacrest
his show is
caught
all
eating
about
rats.
His show is all about celebrity content. That's all that it is.
Right. Because you can do it nationally, and it mass appeals.
And you know what?
And he
He's-
doesn't have to be local.
He's one of the few guys that can say, "My dear friend, this celebrity."
Exactly. Yeah, he can post all the dead people he wants. He has hung out with them.
This one's pretty funny. The old-fashioned microphone getting tattooed on you.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that does need
I
to
know.
go.
I hate that that's the logo for everything in radio. They're like, here's this old, like, 1950s, rock and roll mic. Like, no one even uses that thing.
Yeah.
Well, imagine getting a standard microphone like this one tattooed on you. It kind of looks like
or
something
an
else.
RE20.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Look
get
at
an
me.
I'm gonna get an SM7B
That's
right
a
on my
winner.
arm. It's tough. On my forearm. Yeah. That's your list, Peaches?
The last one here was just glossing over important news. We did see a lot of stations that just completely ignored, the hurricane that went on, and
Yeah, but-
we're instead posting Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are doing this.
Again, it's because it's syndicated. They
Yeah.
don't have somebody there. That's the power of radio in a localized format. That is what we offer a community beyond anything else. Like, yeah, we play music, we have fun, you like the conversation, whatever. But when there's disasters, when there's stuff, radio is on demand right now with that information, and it's invaluable. It's huge.
Exactly. If you want to hear somebody, just belting out with excitement all of the news about current natural disasters.
Victor
where
Wilt.
it's at.
Victor Wilt
Love
loves his natural disasters. Yeah, that's
I'm
right.
a big fan.
The noon hour of madness and mayhem powered by Jalisco's is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information, oh wow, I swallowed my spit wrong while I was still talking. That's funny. All right. Okay, where was I? Oh, for more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.